So I didn't feel like ripping any more Topps Chrome.
Thing sucks!
Yeah.
I wanted to rip some baseball, so I grabbed a Series 2 and a Donruss Mega Box. Let's have ourselves a battle. Let's have some fun. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Decided to go back to some sets before Chrome came out. Didn't have a chance to rip the Donruss Mega Boxes. We did rip some blasters, had some pretty good luck with them. Getting the Bubba Chandler gold, as you can see in the background. But these Mega Boxes are $49.99. As you can see here, these Mega Boxes, which are the Walmart variations, have the Liberty parallels. Bunch of different numbered cards. We're looking for any type of autograph. Of course, it says you get 2 mems or autographs per box, but we all know that in most of these boxes you are getting 2 napkins. We also have a mega box of Topps Series 2 baseball. Series 2 has definitely been better than Series 1 to us when it comes to the mega boxes. We're looking for, hopefully, a heavy lumber. We've still yet to see one of those this year. But we'll start with the mega box. You do get a lot of cards. We're looking for the foil board, which is the exclusive parallel for these mega boxes. Of course, there's numbered parallels, autographs, mem cards that are actually game worn, game used. So we'll have a little mega box battle, see which one comes out on top. Let's have some fun with these. If you watched my last baseball video, we ripped a Topps Chrome mega box, which was $70. Absolutely crazy. They're charging that for what you get out of those boxes. Looks like we have an Amaya hollow foil. Churio with the stars of the MLB. But yeah, $70. I think they're $80 on Fanatics website.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
For what you get, I know the X-Fractors look pretty nice, but you know, if you're guaranteed an auto, okay, but at least from what I've seen coming out of those boxes, I don't think they're anywhere near the $70 price tag. So that's why we're jumping back to the base sets today. Again, I haven't ripped any of the Donruss mega boxes, Walmart, or the Target versions. The Target boxes seem to be out of stock every time I go to the store. So it seems to be a pretty popular set. Looks like we have a Royce Lewis. Might be a pink. I don't think it's a pink because the background's not pink, but we'll set that one off to the side. And Matt Olson. But yeah, sometimes the cards don't have to be shiny for me to enjoy them. I just wanted to rip some baseball. I think the Topps Chrome value boxes are kind of a better rip if you're going to rip anything Chrome at the retail level. But either way, very, very tough product. The Garrett Cole there with the 35th, and another one with the MLB, stars of the MLB. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Have you ripped Topps Chrome? Again, there are really nice cards to be pulled from the value boxes and the mega boxes, but it just seems like they're too hard to come by, and especially for the price tag, it's a really hard sell. I think most of the reason why people are buying them is for the buybacks. You know, if you're lucky enough to get a Ohtani or a Judge, you know, you do get some of the value back instantly. But at this point, with Cal Raleigh doing his thing, not even sure if Judge is going to win the MVP. Got a Mason Miller there with the rainbow. So we might have to wait for update series, Chrome update series that is, to get our hands on some Cal Raleigh cards in case he wins the MVP. Yeah, so far nothing too crazy in our Topps mega box. Got a Jen Tran, Wyatt Langford. I haven't posted a baseball video since the trade deadline. I think, in my opinion, the team that came out on top was probably the Athletics. Being able to scoop up DeVries from San Diego with the current kind of crop of guys that they... Whoa!
Oh my God! Wow!
Looks like we have an autograph and a Tampa Bay Ray. Looks like we have a Mason Montgomery 35th anniversary on-card auto, and he signed it off to the left, which is kind of cool. Kind of goes with the card. Riley Green there. They'll pop him into a sleeve and a top loader. I don't know the value of the card as we're recording this, but I'm sure it's only, probably a $5, $10 card. I could be wrong, but take another look at it. Again, the autograph's off to the left side. Kind of a cool look. Have to see if he signs all the cards that way. But it definitely looks like it's something that he meant to do. So we'll take it. We'll definitely take an auto. Again, not earth-shattering by any means. Probably a $5, $10 card, but puts the Series 2 Mega Box on the board. Looks like we have a Bobby Witt OPS leader, O'Neal Cruz. Yeah, Series 2 has definitely been better than Series 1 to us. Series 1 was, I think, just awful. It could have been just the boxes I was buying and picking up at the store, but whether it was the hangers, the blasters, the mega boxes, got a whole lot of nothing. I think the Super Box was probably the best product we opened from Series 1. Looks like we have Pennington and a Bader there with the pink. George Springer. Down to our last handful of packs. If you are a collector or like to build the complete sets of Top Series 1, 2, and the Update Series, Mega Boxes are definitely the way to go. You get a ton of base cards. I think if you were to buy 2 or 3 of them, you could probably complete the entire set, as well as the stars of the MLB. Yeah, going back to the trade deadline, we got interrupted by the autograph. But I definitely think the Athletics, won the day. Getting DeVries from San Diego, they already have just a wealth of talent, young talent on their team. Carlos Correa here, Caminero. My Tigers picked up a lot of arms, none of them being great. I was kind of hoping they would pick up a bat. Seems like our offense has just gone really cold lately. Had a Shohei there. Had the alien, Jason Dominguez. Yamamoto. Yeah, Seattle was able to scoop up Suarez. It's kind of the guy I was hoping that the Tigers would make a move for, but it just didn't happen. And now the Tigers are, only 6 games ahead of the Guardians when we were, I think 11 or 12 games just a couple weeks ago. So the AL East, you got the Blue Jays kind of taking over. I think they're at 4 or 5 games as of the time of recording this, ahead of the Red Sox, and unfortunately the Yankees are on a slide. But last pack here, see if we can find anything else in this mega box. There wasn't much in here, but at least there was the autograph. Yeah, the Brewers, they've been on an absolute tear. I think they've kind of made a gap over the Cubs at this point to 3 or 4 games. But, yeah, so that's it for the Mega Box. Definitely on the board with the autograph. Again, value-wise, not much, but It is an autograph, so... And I am excited to get into the Donruss Mega Box. Again, we've ripped the Donruss Blasters. I do like the Donruss sets, even though they are unlicensed. I'm kind of a collector at heart, so the fact that you get a bunch of different parallels, prospects, kind of past players. There are a handful of present players in here, like Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt. I am curious to see if this Mega Box is going to have, the 2 mem cards in here. In past experiences, most of the time, if it is an autograph or a non-mem card, you get the Panini points, which I don't mind because most of the time I redeem them for, the autographs that I actually do want when they pop up on Panini's website. But let's see what we can find. Well, looks like we're going to do the old every other card here upside down. Yeah, nothing too crazy with the design of Donruss this year. Again, we've already ripped the Blasters. I always have fun with Donruss. It's not overly priced. Got a Jeff Bagwell with the blue and red. A-Rod with the Liberty. Durangelo with the Rockets. Looks like we have... I'll just flip one at a time. Tink Hence with the Liberty. Same pattern as last year. Got a Greg Maddux with our circles. Optic. Jimmy Rollins. Johnny Bench with our hollow. And then we have our rated prospects on the back. So pretty much, the same as the Blasters. You get some base cards. You get a few parallels. You get the Optic cards. A few of the Optic parallels. And then you get your rated rookies, rated prospects on the back. Looks like we're going to have one of our napkin patches in this pack. Pee Wee Reese. Got an Acuna. Edgar Martinez. Cliff Lee. Chipper Jones. Got a Molina with the blue and red. And it looks like we have a numbered card in this pack. Looks like a Paul Skeens behind him. Carson Benj with the, I think this is the Carolina Blue out of 249. Pop that into a sleeve and a top loader. We have the Paul Skeens with the Liberty. An Optic Blue Velocity, Susanna. Susanna. Billy Amick with the Liberty. We have an Aaron Judge Blue Velocity. And behind him, a Noah Schultz with the Jersey Kings. Not a bad-looking patch. It's not from any game or event. Got a Don Mattingly with the Optic. But yeah, that's one thing with, Panini. A lot of the jersey and patch cards are not game used, not game worn, whereas the Topps Relics and a lot of their jersey cards are game worn or game used. So a little bit of a difference in quality, but you also don't get, 2 or 3 per box like the Donruss patch cards. So my thought has always been, if you have a young collector, in your household who is a baseball fan, sometimes Donruss is not a bad way to go, just because you do get a lot of stuff. That stuff, value-wise, is maybe a few bucks here and there, but I do like Donruss. I am a collector. Got a Jacob Wilson there. Kumar Rocker with a rated rookie. I don't buy a lot of it, but I always buy a few boxes, a few blasters, a few megas. And it's always a very enjoyable rip, which at the end of the day, that's why you open cards. At least that's why I open. I'm not trying to flip anything that we pull. Got Chase Burns. Got another Aaron Judge, this time with the optic circles. And we have a clearly rated prospect, a Kendall George. Awesome looking card. We'll take that. Pop that into a sleeve. Got a Cole Young with the optic circles. Jim Palmer. And then our rated prospects on the back. So yeah, Donruss, it's definitely a very entertaining rip if you are a baseball fan, but I do understand without the license, a lot of people just do not like it. You know, some of the cards do look kind of goofy. No logos or anything, but yeah, the clear acetate rated prospect, definitely a cool look. See what else we can find. So we're halfway through the Donruss Mega Box. Got Lou Gehrig on top. Terry Francona. Colt Keith. Oh, Jim Leyland. There we go. Being a Tigers fan, nice to see him in here. I don't think we pulled his card in the blasters that we opened. Our blue and red, we have a Jim Palmer. Another Paul Skeens, this time with the Rockets. Hagen Smith with our blue Velocity optic. Looks like a Roby. Liberty parallel. Billy Martin with the blue Velocity. Ricky Henderson with the optic. The late Ricky Henderson. Yeah, 2 packs left. See if we're going to get the second Mem napkin patch. Yep, there it is. So we will not find an autograph, at least I do not think, in our last pack there. Got Dylan Cruz. Pablo there. Miguel Tejada. Yeah, if you are a baseball fan, it is nice to see some of these guys pop up in these sets. Got Don Mattingly with our blue and red. Kobe Mayo with the Liberty. Looks like a Billy Martin with our circles. And behind him, a Jordan Lawler Jersey Kings. Arizona Diamondback. Pop him into a sleeve. Ryan Clifford with our optic. Another Molina. Got the Bomb Squad A-Rod. Hagen Smith. Brady House. Susanna. Owen Hall. So, does not look like we're going to get the autograph or the Panini points. I might be wrong, but got the jersey card here of Jordan Lawler. The blue cracked ice or blue ice. Last pack, if you watched all the way through, thank you for hanging out. Let me know, again, if you've ripped Series 2 or these Donruss Mega Boxes, what is your best pull? You know, a lot of the other videos I've watched of these Mega Boxes being ripped, tons of low-numbered cards, you know, tons of nice parallels. So we got a Brady House blue and red, Brady House blue Velocity. It's almost like it was meant to be. Back to back there. Looks like we have a Walker Janik with the Liberty. Greg Maddux with the blue Velocity. Jeff Bagwell with the optic. And then we have our rated prospects. Bryce Rayner there on the back. So let me organize these piles and we will take a look at what we were able to pull out of our 2 mega boxes. All right, we'll start with Donruss. Obviously, the pile is much larger than the pile from Topps, but the value of a lot of these cards is little to nothing just because, you know, they are unlicensed. A lot of people just do not collect, you know, the unlicensed cards, and that's okay. You know, everyone has kind of what they like and what they don't like. You know, of course, if you get some of the stars like Aaron Judge, Paul Skeens. Some of those cards might go for a few bucks, but for the most part, more entertaining than anything to open these, which is not a bad thing. You know, I enjoy them. Have our napkin cards, the Kendall George, and the Carson Benj with the Carolina Blue out of 249. Again, I don't know if the Royce Lewis is a pink, but I added it just in case. I think the background normally is pink, but did get the pink Harrison Bader there. And our best pull from the Series 2 Mega Box was this Mason Montgomery on-card 35th anniversary auto. Again, it's probably only a $5 or $10 card, but I don't really know who won. I would have to say probably the Top Series 2 just because we pulled the auto, but let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you have, it is much appreciated. And as always, good luck breaking.
And that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.